Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Byron of Byron CPA, and today I want to talk to you about preparing your taxes in particular. In particular, how do you prepare your taxes in LLC? All right, and so let's get started. The first thing I want to say, if you are a LLC, and I think this is where a lot of people get mixed up at, LLC is a state level entity. All right, and so as it relates for federal filing purposes, for federal taxes, the LLC is not recognized. It's what's called a disregarded entity. And so, however, there's 4 different ways in which you can file taxes. The first one, automatically, if you're a single member, means you're the only owner in the LLC, automatically you default to what's called the 1040, which is on your personal return, and you will do an income and loss statement, a profit and loss statement on the Schedule C. All right? So this is the first one. So by default, if you're a single member LLC, you will prepare a Schedule C that will be filed on your personal return on the 1040 and would be a Schedule C. The second way LLC prepare taxes is, one, you can make an election to file as a C Corp. All right? And to make an election, you have to file Form 8832. And the tax form the C Corp is going to file is what's called the 1120. All right? So that's the second option that's available to LLC. LLC can become a C Corp. You know, people often ask the question, is it better to become an LLC or is it better to do a C Corp? Actually, you can do both. You can be an LLC and make an election to be filed as a C Corp. All right? The third one we're going to talk about is a Escort. Once again, there's a form you have to file. And that form is 2553. All right? So you make an election to file that form. That form must be filed timely. And the tax form you're going to file is 1120S. All right? And let me just add, so one of the things you want to do, make sure you consult with, if you're talking about setting up an LLC, you might want to engage in service, recommend engage service of a good attorney to help you out. In particular, also go through and look at whether or not it's beneficial for you to become an S Corp or a C Corp. Also, too, they both have requirements as well as some restrictions, do's and don'ts, and how you have to operate. And so you want to be mindful of that. Definitely consult with a professional. Preferably yours truly, Byron CPA. Reach out to me, and so get the proper guidance on whether or not that works for you. It's not a one size for all, and everyone shouldn't necessarily be a C Corp. Everyone should necessarily be an S Corp. And so you really need to do what's best for you based on what's your goals and strategies. All right. The fourth filing that's available before you. This filing is one that's that you can default to as well. And you default to this one if you have 2 or more members. All right, if you have 2 or more members, you will automatically default to a partnership. To a partnership return. All right, and this return is called 1065. All right, and so here you have the 4 types of returns that how LLC can file. The first one is Schedule 1040, Schedule C. Then we have the C Corp, S Corp partnership. A couple of things I want to talk about in particular, let you know how this works. The S Corp, well, let me back up. So you pay taxes on, you will end up paying taxes for the LLC on the Schedule C, self-employment taxes, it gets taxed to person's employee. The C Corp, it is taxed. All right? So the C Corp will pay a tax. The S Corp and the partnership are what's called pass-through entities. All right, we're going to write this out, pass-through. The partnership and the S Corp are what's called pass-through entities. Now, what is a pass-through entity? Just kind of sum it up just a little bit. These entities will file what's called informational type returns, 1120 as 1065. You record all the transactions as related to income expenses. You might be required to do a balance sheet based on sales and size. distributions, contributions, owner equity, things like that, as related to Escort, memberships, partnership distributions, allocation of partnership profits. And so these are information returns that gets filed, and what happens is you shall receive, as a member or a partner, you're going to receive what's called a K1 from each one of these, all right? All right, you receive a K1, and you take that K1 and you file it with the 1040, all right? That's reported on your personal return on what your distribution of what your income is received from the Escort and from the partnership, all right? And so that's basically in a nutshell the 4 filings that how LLC will file a return. For those that want to know, the 1040 Schedule C, the C Corp make an election file, Form 8832, that's a one-time election. Same thing with Escort, one-time election to receive the Escort status, 2553. And on both of those, you want to seek the help of a professional. Make sure your business is qualified for those, and make sure the time filed. You're on the Escort, going to file Form 1120S, and then you have a partnership, which is going to file 1065. Then both the 1120S and the partnership should receive K1s, or issue K1s that you'll file in your Schedule 1040. Once again, my name is Byron Riley. I'm a CPA. Be more than happy to connect with you on Facebook. We put information like this out here all the time for small business. I'm a small business specialist. I work with small business owners in the area of bookkeeping, accounting, tax planning, tax operations, as well as tax resolution work. Just look up my fan page, Byron L. Riley CPA. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Looking forward to you. Leave some comments if you have some questions. I'll definitely engage with you in the comment section. All right. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.